Hey, what's up, Knick Knack Paddywhack Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today's Boo Boo card of the day is going to be any gold energy that you have in your collection. Gold energies are something that back in the day used to be a camaraderie. They were something that you pulled, and people were like, wow, this is super great. They used to be some of the most expensive cards in sets. Bling decks needed them. They were pulled for playability. You always need energies for a deck. Now people kind of pull them as like, that's not alternate art. That's not a shiny Pokemans. That's not a where's all my good high value expensive cards? I don't play the card game. I just want the monies. Like, you know, the thing that happens. Hey, that's your game. Do your thing, whatever. But it's kind of crazy how it's changed over time. Also, thank you for not canceling me yesterday over the old Leonhardt video. I 100% stand by what I said. I think we should be holding our top tier tubers to some level of standard. If he really wanted to go all out, he could have went all out. Has the easiest job in the fucking world creating content, but still couldn't step up to the plate. If you disagreed with me, it was a little nitpicky. I kind of see where you're coming from. Same time, I don't really care. I stand 100% by what I said. No hard feelings. It's not really that big of a deal. Want to rip a little bit more into CGC today. That seems to be the hot thing to talk about. Rattle's also kind of going in on some of their booty ass error cards. They're actually grading their error cards. And I just want to look at these standards. They actually fucking doubled down. You know how we put out a video a couple days ago where we're changing our whole CGC standard of grading. We're basically making 9.5s 10s that were previous, and now our new 10s are gem mints, and then we're getting rid of perfects and all that stuff. They kind of clarified a little bit more. It's kind of goofy that they put this shit into a graph and people were like, oh, I feel better about this. It's the same thing. And I just want to show you what it is. So right here we got it up. They are showing their former scale versus their new Gem Mint 10 scale. Whoa, they added Gem Mint 10 to that stuff instead of the former. Whoa. So if you look at their former scale, all the way at the top with that nice little red sticker, it says retired. They no longer do perfects because nothing can be perfect anymore. We're not the grading company that does perfects anymore. We did that. It was something different. We don't want to do that anymore. That's too different. That's too outside of the norm. You go down, you see 9.5s, and if you look over, there's a nice little arrow going all the way to the left. It says now Gem Mint 10. For people that were asking on the last video about that stuff, if 8.5s are going to go up, 7.5s are going to go up, no, that was never one of their things that they were going to do. It was literally only 9.5 because their previous 9.5 was a Gem Mint, and their new 10 is also a Gem Mint. So they're literally taking the same name and just converting that stuff over. So in my personal opinion, this to me seems like they're just downgrading their standards. Like what they used to call a 9.5 is now a 10. They're making things a little bit easier. They're actually making things a little bit more slippy through the cracks. And to me, this just verifies what people were saying before where they're like, oh, CGC is actually making it easier to get 10s. CGC is loosening their standards up a little bit because once again, they used to be the hard-ass grading company. They used to just come out full swinging like, oh, there's a print line on this stuff. You're not getting a fucking 10. They used to grade a lot of 8.5s, a lot of 9s, a lot of 9.5s. Getting a 10 was very difficult. And I remember people who stuck with CGC for a while generally liked that chase. They liked how hard it was to get a 10. And it actually did give 10 some legitimate value. Now it's kind of up in the air. I do think the old blue vintage 10s will now have value because people are going to hold that and be like, huh, remember when CGC was good? And that is going to happen, by the way. I don't know who the fuck is saying it's not. There's already people calling them vintage 10s and vintage perfects for CGC. So, whatever. Their 9.5 is now Mint Plus. This is basically just mimicking fucking PSA at this point. And then, 9 and below, all these grades are the same. Oh, thank you, CGC. Thank you for keeping all the grades nobody gives a fuck about all the same. You get a 9, you might as well have gotten a 6. You got an 8, oh, you might as well have given me a fuck, dude. No, thank you for keeping all those ones the exact same. It's just kind of funny how this was enough to make certain people feel a little bit better about things. I will say the 10 pristine logo, their actual, new thing for that, it does look pretty cool. I think the black background with the gold is not bad, but at the same time, it's just kind of masking how crappy I think their new standards are going to be. They're downgrading their standards. They're basically making it easier for you to get that stuff, and they're making their old 9.5s into 10s to initially make people come into CGC. It is initially to keep people around. Their old heads are coming in, and these new style, this new 10, this new fucking pristine 10, all this is doing is mimicking PSA or any of those other companies that do that exact same shit to bring in new people. It's competition, but at the same time, it's just doing exactly what everybody else does. So this grading company upping the competition and they're not changing jack shit, man. They're literally copying what other motherfuckers have done and masquerading it as that. I mean, if you're happy about this, who am I to shit on your parade? I genuinely think CGC was doing better before and just kicking the people that genuinely like their stuff beforehand while everybody else was grading with PSA and BGS just right in the dick. That's not a good move, man. You have some real loyal, diehard fans that stuck with you and graded a lot of cards with you trying to get those chase 10s just for you to be like, yeah, we don't fucking do that anymore. Yeah, sorry. This is what we want to do now. This is the move for the business. And quite frankly, the grading company for the people is no longer the grading company for the people. They're a bunch of shills and a bunch of people that just want cash money in their pockets. Hey, you're a business, do your thing, pay your bills, buy your jacuzzi, get your ass scratched. I don't really care. But it's not going to be the grading company for the people anymore. It's not, ain't going to be that way. It's kind of funny you guys went back on that chemically altering stuff too, but called that stuff a little bit ago. That's all I got. It's just dumb, really dumb stuff that I think CGC is just kind of losing it. They're going to fade off into obscurity in my personal opinion. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll fucking be top. Maybe they'll kick PSA right in the dick and take their throne. But somehow I think PSA is still going to be the standard, and I don't even like graded cards. I mean, just ask someone, hey, you want a PSA 10 or you want a CGC 10? See what they say. I'm just, yeah, you know, you guys already know. You money bros already know what the deal is. That's all I got. See you later, virgins. Happy Friday. More videos to come after this. No more CGC stuff. Got a couple good ones along the way. And thank you once again. Thank you for sticking with this channel. And thanks, guys. Appreciate it.